Hello everyone! How are we? You for 2019? It's got to be better than the last few years, hasn't it? Well, with Brexit and Trump, I didn't think it was going to get any more depressing, but it is. You heard the latest news to make us all miserable? Dido's just released a new album. So we're all fucked now, aren't we, madam? Not that I'm into politics, I don't really follow them. I know the basics, like last year was all to do with Theresa May and her dancing. She's a bastard, doesn't she? Christ. But I'm not really interested in her dancing. The one thing that bothers me about that woman is the size of her nostrils. Have you seen them? Have you seen them? If you've not, let me tell you, I wouldn't want to share a gram of coke with that fucking bitch. Harsh but fair, isn't it? Yeah. I do wish politics in this country was a bit more like America. It's more like show busy there, isn't it? Do you remember the build-up to their election? They had Hillary Clinton on stage with Beyonce and Jay-Z. Do you remember that? You wouldn't get that in this country, would you? There's no way to see Theresa May live on stage at Blackpool Pleasure Beach singing with the cheeky girls, would you? So I used to be cabin crew, everyone. Yeah, surprise, surprise. A gay that used to be cabin crew. In fact, a lot of my friends still are cabin crew, or hookers. Which is really good, actually, because it means we can go out midweek. I used to work for a budget airline, everybody, yes. I'm not going to name names, let's just say it's a bit like Gemma Collins. Very cheap, very irritating, a very gaudy shade of orange. You guessed it, madam? It wasn't easy, Gemma, it was actually Ryanair. Thank you. And something I learned when I was cabin crew, you have to do a lot of training, is you know when you're all on a plane, right, and you're just about to take off, and the other gays are doing the safety demo? We all know that, when the other gays are doing this. Yeah? You know when you get taught to do the brace position? Does anyone fly here? Has anyone left Bethnal Green? Do you know when you get to do the brace position? Yes. 2 people, thank you. You know the brace position wasn't actually designed for your benefit. The brace position was actually designed to protect your teeth. So that if you do crash on landing, you can be identified from your dental records. Yes, not much point in doing that on an EasyJet flight, though, is there? Most of those passengers don't even have their own teeth, do they? It's one of the main reasons why they serve pot noodles on board as well. I am celebrating my birthday in January. Any other January birthdays in? Oh, it's terrible, isn't it, madam? It's the worst gift a parent can give to their child. I mean, not everyone is really sick, they've got no money, they're doing dry January. This year, some of my friends were kind enough to take off the stickers from the 75% off labels from the Lynx Africa gift set that they get me every year. Thank you. But yeah, I was 37 this year. Yeah, it's not old, is it? It is in gay years. Honestly, gay years are like dog years, everybody. I was in a gay bar not long ago and a younger gay got up and offered me a seat. For fuck's sake, I said I'm alright, thank you. I'm just about to come up for my MDMA, actually. Keeping young with them. I tell you what makes me feel old, I don't know whether anyone else does this, but you know when you hear songs that you used to take drugs to are now being used to advertise Next? Do you know what I mean? 1 minute you're having a nice little K-hole to hide away what is love. You're wearing beige flax to it! And not just any type of beige, a very specific shade of beige. You know that type of beige you can only really call hearing aid beige. I'll tell you what else makes me feel old, listening to Capital FM, I don't know who anyone is anymore. Dua Lipa? Dua Lipa, I thought that was a third world country. I swear to God, at school we used to do a sponsored science every year to raise money for starving children of Dua Lipa. Ariana Grande. I wrote my resignation letter to Debenhams in the 90s in that font. Then a few weeks ago I found out that Justin Bieber wasn't actually a lesbian. Watching the Brits with my mum said, I hope the bin bag man wins something. She went to Rag and Bone Man, didn't she? She's at that age now, getting things wrong. I rang her up the other day, she said, I can't talk right now, son. I said, why not, mum? She said, I'm watching my favourite programme. I said, what's that, mum? She said, Martin Luther King, the money-saving expert. She got that wrong as well, didn't she? I tell you what, last year, do you remember we had the royal wedding last year, Meghan's wedding, and everyone said it was the urban wedding? Remember that? It was an urban wedding because we had the gospel choir and the preacher man. I tell you how urban it was. I was watching it in Manchester in the living room with the sound off. My mum came in, she thought I was watching Sister Act 2. She said, turn it up, I love this bit. I didn't even come out to my mum either, she just kind of presumed when she found my poppers in the school bag when I was 12 years old. She asked me what they're for and I panicked, said they were for cleaning CDs with. Came home from school the next day to find my mum off her face in the living room, poppers in one hand, J cloth in the other. She says, what the hell is this? It's ruined the Lighthouse family CD, your dad's passed out upstairs. So anyway, where were we? I digress. Oh yes, so I was in the gay bar. Younger gay says to me, how old are you? I say 37. He says, oh mate, so you're a daddy then now, are you? Daddy, do I look like a daddy? Bitch. Inappropriate uncle, maybe, but daddy, no. See, gays love these terms. Have you got any gays in? A lesbian. Is that a little lesbian down there? What's your name? Dan the lesbian. Peculiar, isn't it? But yeah, gays love all that terminology, you know, like bears. Do you know what a gay bear is? Yeah, if you don't, it's just essentially, it's just a great big fat hairy gay. Say no more, it's fine, they like to hang around with other bears, mainly in the woods. But right, because there's so many gays in the world now, the population of bears have increased, and now the bears have had to give themselves subcategories. Yes. Polar bear. Any idea what it is? Old, big, fat, hairy gay, yes, correct. Correct, yes. Panda, it's not Asian. Panda gay. Very tired, big, fat, hairy gay. Very, very tired. Probably been up all night rimming a teddy bear. Anyway, so it's quite full in here tonight, so I can't imagine I'm the only person in this room who got a few parking fines in the late noughties and had to do a few pornos to pay them off. Anybody? Well, actually, I'm lying, they weren't parking fines, they were congestion zone fines, because I actually live in Chelsea. Thank you, very posh, even our local ketamine dealer wears chinos and a cravat. It's very posh in Chelsea. Obviously, I'm not originally from Chelsea, I'm from Manchester. It's fine, the only reason I go back up north these days is just to look down on people. It's true. I was in Manchester, it was my mum's birthday, went to a cafe, ordered a traditional Manchester breakfast. Wish I'd not bothered. 2 Pop-Tarts, a couple of Mellow Birds and 10 Lamberts she gave me. Excuse me, I live in London, do you want to put some fucking avocado on this bastard next door? Table next to us called the waitress over, she said, excuse me, I'm celiac. The waitress says, nice to meet you, celiac, my name's Leslie. I also work in Chelsea, work in a restaurant, so the comedy's going great. It's good working in a restaurant in Chelsea though, because we do tend to get a very high quality of lost property. Last year I got all my mum's presents for Christmas from a lovely boutique I like to call Table 21. Anyway, where were we? Oh, porno, madam, weren't we? Right, so, I live in Chelsea, didn't realise it was the congestion zone area, so every time me and my boyfriend would have an argument, I used to go for a drive. Which I wouldn't have done if I knew I was in the congestion zone area, and every time I was going to do it, it's going to cost me £76.50. So you know what it's like, love, don't you? You have to do these bloody pornos to pay off these debts, don't you? Don't you? So I went along to this gay porn company, it's called Trigger. This isn't your average porn company. This is real porn for real people. Do you know what I mean? Real looking bodies, real porn for real people. People like me, average looking people, yes? You've got some gingers, you've got some fat people, you've got some lepers. They even asked me to do a scene with somebody from East Croydon. Which I did not do, thank you. And all the locations that they use are all like rough and ready places, do you know what I mean, like council estates, car boot sales, Wilkinsons. At the time I was going for the scally look, it was quite a few years ago, with a skinhead, tracksuit bottoms, very thin. Looking back now, I did not look like a scally, I just looked like Sigourney Weaver in Alien 3. Anyway, I was on holiday in Gran Canaria, a very, very classy cocktail bar called The Hole. Fucking porno came up on the screen, didn't it? Very embarrassing. Especially as it did me and my mum and dad, didn't they? But anyway, in conclusion to this story, so, I get an email just before my birthday from old porn director saying, congratulations on reaching your new daddy status, for fuck's sake. Would you like to be involved in our new project? I thought, well, not really, no, but how much are you offering? He said, we're offering £250. I thought, well, that's £235 more than the last time, so yes, actually, I will. Thank you very much. said, what is this new project? I'm interested. He says, well, we're thinking about doing something a bit different. We're thinking about making a political porno. Political porno? I said, well, what the hell are you going to call that? He said, well, we've actually got a title. We're going to call it Hard Brexit. With the tagline, are you in or out? You guys have made it. It's delayed. It should have been out a few weeks ago. I think it's coming out in October now. So if you want to watch it, look out for it. Guys, that is my time. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening.